There is a phrase in Latin, Reductio ad absurdum, and this phrase means reduces to absurdity. To give you an example, speak only when spoken to is a statement that reduces to absurdity, because if everybody followed it, nobody would ever get to speak. There are many examples, but I think you get the idea. Let's take a journey real quick today. The glutton's journey, the binger's journey, going all the way down to the extremes of eating. And let's say, unlike in the real world, in this world, you can eat as much as you want and you'll never gain weight. You'll never have any food allergies, and you'll never get sick. Let's say you could eat carte blanche, anything you want, and nothing ill will happen. What would happen if that's the case? Well, we would have another example of reductio ad absurdum. Everything would reduce to absurdity. So first, you would start by eating all the foods that you love and that you are so glad you could eat. You'd go out and you'd do like I did as a big guy, going out and buying iced animal cookies. I would buy bags of iced animal cookies. I would buy those Kit Kat, Hershey's, and Reese's packs that are like $9, $10 at Wally World. And I would get a whole bunch of chips, and I would get usually about $200 worth of food that was just about void of nutritional value altogether. So you'd do that, you'd eat and eat and eat and eat until you were stuffed. And then you would eat and eat and eat and eat until you're stuffed again. And you would start to quickly realize that you are becoming a lot less functional in your life because, one, you're spending more time eating, almost all your time eating, but two, you're spending almost all your money eating because now you don't have a cap on you anymore. You can eat as much as you want per day, and you can just sit there and you'll feel full, but you'll never have any ill effects. So why not eat again, right? Why not keep chasing the tastes that you lust for? So what would happen then? You'd spend a whole lot of money, and then you'd realize that you're either going to run out of money or you happen to have a lot of money, in which case you're okay for now. So time would pass, and then you would go through a kind of malaise. You would go through a sort of depression, because you'd realize that all of the food you were chasing, all of the hunger desires that you were trying to fulfill, are not giving you the payback when you eat like they used to. You eat and you're full, but you don't get the payback because you're always doing it. So you keep going, and you become very withdrawn. Pretty soon, you would eat yourself into a state of mind where, ironically, you start eating less. And then eventually, you start fasting. That's right. You would have to start fasting because you would have tried everything else, and nothing else would bring you satisfaction. So whether you're a binger, whether you're someone who needs motivation to lose weight, reductio ad absurdum. This is the principle. This is where we're at. The problem that you're having is the lack of balance, the thing that I have always addressed in nearly every video I've made. If you don't set guidelines for what is right, you're going to be in a situation where everything reduces to absurdity. There's the motivation to succeed. There's the motivation to chart the safer waters. There's the motivation to say, here's why I can't stuff my face all the time. Here's the sense in saying I can eat once but no more. Because I know that if I go down the road that reduces to absurdity, I'm going to be unhappy. And if I go far enough, I'm not only going to be unhappy, but I'm going to be forced for my own self-benefit to go the other direction. So, of course, the logical question now is, why not do that now? Why not start fasting now? Why not stop planning like a lot of people do? I get people to tell me, I'm going to fast, I'm going to do it. They say, I'm going to do it, I'm about to start. Next year, or next month, I'm going to start. You watch, I'm going to do it. Why don't you start now? There's your motivation. Reductio ad absurdum.